After years of rejections and painful experiences with women, loneliness and misery have become an essential part of you. And I'm really sorry that it had to be this way. You are certainly not alone. There are many, many men like that out there. But most of them are blue-pilled and cope. Only few of them are aware of the black pill and reality. I guess now I understand the meaning of the phrase, ignorance is bliss. If you did not experience love and relationships with girls in your teens, you have missed out on an essential part of human development that you can never ever make up for. The damage is already done. And these are things that should just simply happen to you. Teenage love is the closest thing to real love that you'll ever get to experience. Because as a teenager, your hormones are raging, and you feel and experience things a lot more intensely and vivid. As we age, life also gets more dull and we are less excited about things. And all this talk about self-improvement and becoming better is just utter fucking bullshit. These things either come natural to you while you are young or they don't. There is no self-improvement for genetic failures. Working on yourself for the sake of getting women is inherently cucked. Getting in shape or getting ripped is great, but only if you truly enjoy doing that for your own sake. And unless you're already good looking, the only thing that can truly transcend your success rate with women is hard looks maxing, aka plastic surgery. But surgeries are costly and painful. Not everybody wants to put themselves through that torture. And for what? Why bother anyway? It's hard to cheat your genetics, and the risk-benefit analysis is uncertain. Sure, you can try your best and cope with your situation, find a good job, be a good slave, and do your thing, but you will still remain just as lonely and bitter and jaded on the inside. I am not saying we need female validation to survive, but it is an essential part of a normal coming of age to experience these things. And if you don't, then you're just fucked up. You've missed the boat, you're done. It's never coming back. And as you get older, your misery just grows and grows. Take my word for it, it will only get worse. How many more sunsets do you want to see alone? How many more happy couples will walk past you, serving as a constant reminder of what you're missing out on? How many more movies will you watch alone? How many more times will you return home from work with nobody waiting for you? How many more times will you reminisce of all the things you missed out on as you lay yourself down to bed? How many more times will you make out or have sex with a particular chick, only to wake up and realize it was just a dream and that it will never become a reality in a million years? How much longer can you cope with this shit? I genuinely don't believe women are capable of loving a non-Chad male, and even if they do or think they do, it is for shallow or selfish reasons, and their definition of love is extremely skewed and fickle. They are surely capable of infatuation and obsession, but not love, and even then, as a sub-5 male, you will get neither. It's never going to happen. But as women grow older, they want more and more things from a man. They are bitter and jaded because their past relationships didn't work out, and due to hookup culture, their pair bonding ability is completely fried. Women always compare men to their first Chad boyfriends, and most men will never ever come close to living up to that. Therefore, they invent all these stipulations and expectations and constantly shit-test normie guys. You can't really win. Most oofy-doofy guys aren't getting the same sex that Chads got from them during their primes. 9 times out of 10, these relationships are extremely cucked anyway. Often women will cheat on them or demand an open relationship. It's brutal. Therefore, your best hope as an unattractive or even average-looking male who isn't super rich or famous would be to bait a bucks an overweight single mother. Goodness gracious. Perhaps it's better to be single and lonely. Also, romance is dead, the only thing left is hollow erotica. Women are far too egocentric and narcissistic to ever truly love anyone outside of themselves and their family and friends. There is no such thing as true love anymore. Perhaps it existed before, but I believe it is, outside of few exceptions, completely dead. This modern society only breeds entitlement and conflict. We are truly living in the worst times now. But actually, even earlier times sucked too, because life was harder due to less technology. So you either ascend now, or never. Who knows what will be in 100 years? We had our chance, but it wasn't meant to be. We made it into this existence, only to get brutally rejected and ignored by women and cucked by the Chads of this dimension. And not just the Chads, but also other women life mog us into a black hole. The average woman gets more pussy than any sub-8 male. Verily I say to you, the lesbian pill is more relevant than ever. Most Zoomer chicks now identify as queer, aka chadsexual, meaning they would rather date other women than a subhuman, aka a sub-8 male. So not only do we have to compete with other men over women, we now also have to actively compete over women against other women. And jobs, of course. The best, easiest jobs are always given to women and high IQ chads. All the normie and ugly guys work the shittiest jobs that help maintain society. That is inherently and essentially all we are good for. To be the peasants and slaves that do the dirty work for the elites and upper middle class. The average 20-something woman now makes more money than the average 20-something male. Women have already long eclipsed men in terms of obtained university degrees. Now they also money-mog us to hell. They do not rely on men anymore and refuse to date guys who earn less than they do. These women would rather wage slave for their Chad CEO boss for decades than to settle down and start a family with a regular guy. Women have been on their purpose while many men have been plunging into a collective abyss, completely disillusioned about modern soyciety and dropping out of it. A man without purpose and goals is basically a hollow shell of a man. And nobody really gave a fuck. This has been happening for many years now, and only now are people slowly waking up to this. We have been preaching this stuff for many years, warning people of the potential consequences of a dating market that is too heavily skewed in women's favor. But you would not listen. Society did not care. All they cared about was gender equality, International Women's Days, the illusionary gender pay gap, violence against women, etc., etc. Women's issues were highlighted at the expense of men. The problems that men face have been marginalized and downplayed. And they have the nerve to act surprised now.
It's really scary stuff. Because I read this statistic recently that said that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 30+% of women are single. But it's in the neighborhood of 60% of men.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to be kidding me. This has been long in the making, but I guess it's all our fault. We should get a better personality and better ourselves in hopes of finally getting with a 300-pound land whale single mother with tattoos and nose rings. Let's talk about sexual hierarchies. Women, like most Western governments, want to uphold the current hierarchy, want you to have nothing, and want you to be happy with it. Women don't hate porn and how abusive it is towards women. That is just a massive cope. They hate the fact that sexually undesirable men are able to feel some level of sexual gratification and sexual control for women which they otherwise wouldn't feel in the real world, solely due to factors which are out of their control. They don't want to change the system because it suits them. Why the fuck would women want to change anything now? We are basically living in a feminist utopia in the West already. Everything caters towards women. The bottom line is this. Women and soys just want to uphold the sexual hierarchy and want to restrict men from having any sexual gratification at all, no matter if whether or not their choice of gratification is objectively moral from most standpoints. They want us to be stuck in our place for the rest of our lives and be happy with it, just like how Western cucked governments who want us to live in pods and eat bugs and be happy do. The Western government wants to uphold their own hierarchy the same as how women and soy boys want to uphold the current, unfair, broken, and absolute bullshit sexual hierarchy where all women just want to fuck Chad. But hey, whatever. No one cares that you are sad. No one cares that you are lonely. No one cares that you are depressed and sexless. No one cares that women ignore you or treat you like shit. No one fucking cares that you're emotionally scarred. No one. But me. I care. Because I am there with you. I understand. We weren't meant to reproduce. They do not care about the source of your suffering as long as you continue to support and uphold the shitty society you live in, feeding you the same bullshit boomer platitudes like hard work pays off or just be yourself, bro. And even if you finally reach some financial success, you will realize that money doesn't change anything, except now you have more people trying to get money out of you to get you to support the shitty society that doesn't give a fuck about you. Society is a joke set on convincing you to support others' happiness when others wouldn't even dare to look at you twice. You will end up roping or as a beta buck while getting cucked by Chad. I can't wait for it to be as socially stigmatized to look at a woman as it is to shit yourself in public or hurl slurs at someone. I want males to grow up with the explicit knowledge that the only reason they are here is to get grades in order to work a shit job and then go home to play video games. I want men to drop out of society and have no illusions or hope. Fuck this world and all who dwell upon it. Fuck this universe. Fuck me and everyone else in it. 99% of your life was decided when the sperm entered the egg. We're the sperm that won. Imagine the sperm that came last. Sometimes I think all the higher tier sperm sat back and let the loser sperm win as an 80-year prank or something. Stop coping with I can work hard or looks max. Winners and chads are born and not made. Intelligence is genetic as well. If you're hearing this message, you're probably a failure, and I'm sorry. And I don't care if you're chad, normie, lurker, or whatever, you still ended up here. You'll never be neurotypical. And the reason you're non-neurotypical is because of your brain genetics and chemistry. Everything is genetic in life, even your personality and mental health. You'll never be a teen again and break a girl's hymen. If you ascend now, you might get dead starfish sex with an old jaded overweight Becky. But oh well, I've said enough for now. Be sure not to subscribe and don't hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Adios muchachos.